everyone. So this video is more of a conversation starter than one of my typical book discussions or book reviews. So this is just me talking about something else. This is still literature related, but it's not in the same realm of everything else I've currently been discussing on this channel. So I've been writing on and off since I was 12. I started to do some more fiction stuff later on when I was an undergraduate. I haven't published anything yet. I haven't self-published. I haven't sought traditional publishers. I haven't done any of that quite yet because I want to make sure that everything is perfect before I do that. I started studying writing more so in a professional manner when I was 18. I started doing Writer's Digest online classes. I started doing workshops. I started listening to podcasts. I love novel marketing. I think that is a great podcast. If you are a creative writer of any sort, you should go download all of their podcasts right now. Before I hurt my back, I would listen to this every time I was at the gym lifting weights or something. I think the Novel Marketing Podcast is a really great outlet for writers, particularly those who want to learn more about not only the craft, but the market, because writing is a business. Even though you are trying to produce this wonderful piece of literary text, you are creating a product for the market. So it's really nice to have people discuss the business side of creative writing, more so than just telling you how to write dialogue or create a scene or something. So I find theirs particularly informative. I also really like the narrative breakdown. This is more so when you're trying to learn the techniques of writing. It's also really fun to hear some of your favorite writers come up on the podcast. When they ever had Rainbow Roll and E. Lockhart, I almost lost it. I was at the gym, I was listening to their podcast, I just downloaded the latest episode, but I didn't realize who was on the latest episode. I freaked out. I was so excited. I don't think you're supposed to be that excited when you're, at the gym, but I was really excited because they have some big name authors. You're not only learning from editors, you're also learning from successful writers. A lot of times I find podcasts or I find outlets that have writers who have published or something but are not super well known, or whose work I don't necessarily gravitate towards. I really appreciate the fact they have guest speakers because that really enhances the listening experience. The point of that little tangent is that I've listened to every single podcast available on creative writing, so I've been doing research for quite some time. I would listen to them walking to and from school. I would listen to them walking the track at the gym. So pretty much any time I was walking around with my headphones in, I was listening to a podcast on creative writing. If you would like a video on my podcast recommendations for creative writers or about literature, please let me know because I've listened to quite a few of them at this particular point. So let me know down below in the comment section if you're interested in that. I'm not just emotionally invested in writing, I've invested a lot of time as well, educating myself on how to become a better writer, listening to podcasts, doing the workshops, doing the classes. I've done quite a bit to enhance my education when it comes to creative writing. I also know what books speak to me on a reader level, so because I've read hundreds upon hundreds of books, I know what I look for as a reader, so I'm really hoping to implement that in my writing. This is a very long introduction to saying I'm going to be doing NaNoWrimo in the month of July. If you've been watching my channel on a regular basis, you've probably heard me mention my back before, and so I am officially wearing a back brace. I am in physical therapy. I am pretty much bedbound or confined to a seat at this particular point because I can't really move about too well, but since I'm still in the recovery process, this is probably the perfect point in time for me to sit down and write a novel. Since I am rather confined to my apartment at this particular point, it's rather perfect in regards to putting words onto the page and getting a lot done creatively. So I'm officially announcing that I am doing NaNoWrimo in the month of July. I have signed up for NaNoWrimo before, but it's never really worked out for me. November is a horrible month. I know NaNoWrimo is supposed to officially be for the month of November, but they have a few other months in the calendar year that they endorse for writing. NaNoWrimo was originally just for November, but when you really think about it, November is a horrible month for writing. Taking out of the equation that I'm a student and there are usually midterms or exams or something, or projects due before break, or there's an immense amount of reading or homework, putting all that aside, there's also Thanksgiving, so if you live out of state or something and you're visiting family, you have travel time, you're going to be with your family, then it's the rush for Christmas, and so my family always buys a Christmas tree around that particular point, so I have to go Christmas tree shopping and stuff. It's a really busy time of the year. I always thought they would choose a month where there's kind of a lull, but they chose a month that's the catalyst for the Christmas holiday season, so I'm really curious as to why they selected November. If you know why they chose November, please tell me down below because I'm kind of curious. Logically, it doesn't make the most sense. I've never been able to take part in any of the NaNoWrimo camps before because of when it takes place. This past year, I really wanted to take part in NaNoWrimo during its designated month, but I couldn't do it. I was applying for my PhD and all the applications are due December 1st or December 15th. There's no way I could have worked, gone to school, worked on a thesis, done my PhD applications, and done NaNoWrimo. I already drank a lot of caffeine, and that amount of time would have just been way too much. I could not have done that this year, and I'm very well aware of the fact that I designated my time accordingly. Even though I probably could have done a few words here and there, that's not really what NaNoWrimo is about, and so I took that out of the equation this year. If I didn't have all that going on, I wish I could have taken part in NaNoWrimo. Taking into account there are only 24 hours in a day, I wasn't able to do it this time around. So I'm really excited to be doing it for the month of July. My goal for the month of July is to start something new. I have quite a few books almost done at the moment, and yet I want to start something fresh because I've done so much more research and I've been really trying to perfect my writing abilities that I want to try and do something from the beginning. I have a new idea that I want to put into action for the month of July. I have it all planned out in regards to an outline, so I know what I want the story to be about and where I want it to go, but yet I still need to put the words onto the page. I'm really hoping to implement a lot of what I've been learning and fine-tuning my ability to write, so I'm hoping that this will be a great opportunity to put some words onto the page and then go from there. I am really aware of the fact that you cannot just finish the month and say, I have a novel. You need to proof, you need to edit, you need to revise. There are so many other things that go into fine-tuning a novel. I am very aware of the fact that this is just a starting point, and so I'm happy to finally be putting this on my calendar and making more of an effort to get this process underway. I know that this is going to be the start of something and not the end. If you have ever done NaNoWrimo, please let me know what you've learned or what you recommend for a fellow writer or someone interested in becoming a published writer. So please let me know what your recommendations are or what you learned from the process. I am hoping that talking to people in the writing community or in the reading community will be a really nice asset. I would really like to get the most out of this that I possibly can, so if you have any advice, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little bit more about me and what I'm hoping to achieve in the month of July. In a completely unrelated note, I am also going to be uploading 31 videos in 31 days for the month of July. These videos are going to be book discussions, book tags, book reviews, so if you have any ideas or comments, please let me know. I'm really trying to dedicate the month of July to becoming a better reader and a better writer. So if you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, have a great reading day.